Her Excellency Laxmi Dewanti, Director General of Climate Change, Ministry of Environment and Forestry of Indonesia, ASEAN the Working Group on Climate Change Chair, and the National Focal Points, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. I'm pleased to address all of you today at the Indonesia side event on the community-based climate action in Southeast Asia at the UN FCCC COP27. My appreciation goes to the government of Indonesia for providing a platform that encourages stakeholders to identify the opportunities to actively engage the communities in their efforts to promote inclusive and climate resilience in Southeast Asia. I also take this opportunity to commend Cambodia for the outstanding chairmanship to the ASEAN Working Group on the climate change for the past 3 years, and congratulate Malaysia as the incoming chair for the working group that they will continue elevating the work of the climate change in the region. I also wish to commend the work of the ASEAN Working Group on Climate Change and its participation at today's event on the community-based climate action in Southeast Asia. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, ASEAN is widely considered as one of the world's most vulnerable regions to climate change. It is evident that ASEAN region has faced intensified climate-related assets, such as cyclones, storms, and floods, among others. We fully acknowledge that devastating impacts on the ASEAN communities, especially to vulnerable groups such as the poor, women, children, and the elderly. It is for this reason that the ASEAN puts climate change adaptation as one of the top priorities in our work with development partners to increase the resilience of the ASEAN community towards the risks of the climate change. ASEAN has been working together with partners and stakeholders on the multiple sectors in assisting the vulnerable communities to adapt to climate change through the various initiatives. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we believe that the communities are central to the achievement of the goals of the International Climate Agenda and the Sustainable Development Goals. Therefore, the adaptation actions require the engagement and cooperation from various stakeholders, including the local communities, at every step of the adaptation planning and implementation at regional, national, and subnational levels. On this note, the ASEAN State of the Climate Change report, published in 2021, calls for the community-based actions, namely by identifying and using indigenous knowledge in the adaptation actions appropriately, reskilling the workforce on the priority the adaptation knowledge and the skilled areas, and sustaining the actions through the public, the private, people, the partnership. I trust that the discussion today will further accelerate our action to support the communities and to provide the practical solutions to contribute to the sustainable livelihood and the resilient ASEAN community. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, as we recover from the ongoing global health crisis, I hope that we can continue to forge a closer cooperation and move ahead in building a more caring, resilient, and sustainable ASEAN community. I am confident that the outcomes of the UN FCCC COP27 and the discussion today will strengthen our climate ambition and assist us further in moving towards a more sustainable future. I look forward to advancing the ASEAN community-based climate action and wish the event great success. Thank you very much.